Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 11. It is round 15. We've got two more rounds after this. It is Monday, the 26th of January, 2026. We've got match of the round, the Geelong Cats versus Brisbane Lions, GMHBA Stadium. And we've got Richmond, the number one offense team, in position fourth, and Brisbane, the number one defense team, in position one. And we've got Collingwood as the biggest winning streak team with 5. All right, let's get stuck into it. It is Richmond versus Collingwood at the MCG, first quarter of this match. Richmond's in 4, Collingwood's in 6. And Collingwood have come out and they've kicked 3 goals 5 to Richmond, 2 goals 2. They are 9 points up, Collingwood, at quarter time. Second quarter underway in this game. And very even at half time. Richmond kicked 6 goals 5 to Collingwood 5 goals 3. And it is Collingwood by 1 point at half time. Let's get stuck into the second half of this game. Who is going to win it? Both teams are on the same wings, 9 wings. 3-quarter time siren has gone, and Richmond after half time have kicked 3 goals 6 to Collingwood 1-3. And the Richmond Tigers are in front by 14 points, 79-65 last quarter in this game. And in the end, Richmond final siren has gone. Richmond have won by 17 points. They kicked 3 goals 5 to Collingwood 3-2. So Richmond in the second half have won this game. Full time, Richmond 14-18, 102 to Collingwood 12-13, 85. All right, so Richmond are on top of the ladder at the moment with Brisbane to come. All right, next game, St Kilda versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. First quarter is kicked off in this game. Essendon down the bottom, St Kilda in 5th. All right, Essendon at quarter time are 4 points up, 34-30. Second quarter underway in this game. Halftime siren has gone, and St Kilda have kicked 4 goals 3 to Essendon 2-6. And at halftime, St Kilda are up by 5 points. Second half underway in this game. St Kilda versus Essendon, Marvel Stadium. St Kilda kicked 4 goals 2 in that third quarter to Essendon 2 goals 4. And it is 15 points the difference St Kilda's way, 83-68. And the final siren has gone, and St Kilda have won by 16 points against Essendon. And Essendon are still on 5 wins. St Kilda on 10 wins. So they're another team inside the top 4. Final score, St Kilda 16-16, 112 to Essendon 13-18, 96. All right, let's get stuck into the third game. Sydney versus West Coast at SCG. Sydney 4th last. West Coast are in 5th spot. And West Coast in the first quarter have kicked 6 goals 1 to Sydney, 2 goals 6. Second quarter underway in this game. West Coast win. They are on 10 wins. And West Coast, they've kicked 2 goals 5 to Sydney, 1-3 in that second quarter. So it's 27 points of difference at half time. West Coast way. Third quarter has completed, and West Coast, they've kicked 5 goals, 3 to Sydney, 5-1, and it is 29 points the difference to West Coast at three-quarter time. 87 to 58. Last quarter underway in this game. West Coast win, they will be on top. And in the end, West Coast final siren has gone. West Coast have won by 47 points. West Coast final score 17-12, 114 to Sydney, 9-13, 67. And in the end, West Coast, they kicked 4 goals, 3 in that last quarter to Sydney, 1-3. All right, so we've got Adelaide Crows versus Melbourne. First quarter underway at Adelaide Oval. And Adelaide, they've kicked 5 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 4-6. And it's 4 points of difference to Adelaide Crows. And second quarter has completed. Halftime siren has gone, and Melbourne, they've kicked 2 goals, 5 to Adelaide, 1-3. And at halftime, Melbourne are up by 4 points, 47 to 43. Second half underway in this game. And Adelaide get another win. Adelaide, they've kicked 2 goals, 1 to Melbourne, 1-4 after halftime. And it is Melbourne by 1 point, 57 to 56 going into the last quarter. Can Melbourne get snatch a victory from Adelaide? Final siren has gone, and Melbourne have had an upset win over in Adelaide Oval. Melbourne have beaten Adelaide Crows by 4 points. Adelaide final score, Adelaide 10-11, 71 to Melbourne 9-21, 75. All right, so that's interesting. Melbourne have got another win under their belt. So they're on 8 wins. Adelaide are on 9 wins. Next game is match of the round, Geelong versus Brisbane at GMHBA Stadium. Geelong, they've kicked 2 goals, 6 to Brisbane, 1-1. So it is 11 points of difference to Geelong, 18 to 7, second quarter. Halftime siren has gone, and the Cats have kicked 6 goals, 6 to Brisbane, 5-1. And at halftime, it's 22 points of difference to the Cats, 60 to 38. Second half underway. Brisbane need to come out firing in this second half to have any chance of keeping their top spot. And Brisbane, after half time, have kicked 3 goals, 5 to the Cats, 2-1. And it's the Cats by 12 points. Cats 73 to the Lions, 61. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. Can the Lions get up, or will it be the Cats? Final siren has gone, and the Cats have won by 22 points. They've kicked 3 goals, 5 to Brisbane, 2-1. Final score, the Cats 13-18, 96 to Brisbane, 11-8, 74. So that puts Brisbane in 4th spot. West Coast are on top of the ladder at the moment. So they're the new leader. All right, next game, Hawthorn versus Gold Coast. So Hawthorn are in 10th. Gold Coast are in 12th. First quarter underway at Marvel Stadium. And Gold Coast, they've kicked 3 goals, 5 to the Hawks, 2-5. So Gold Coast is 6 points up. Halftime siren has gone, and the Gold Coast Suns have kicked 6 goals, 6 in that second quarter to Hawthorn 5-2. And it is 16 points of difference to the Gold Coast Suns, 65-49. Second half underway. Third quarter has completed, and the Gold Coast Suns have kicked 6 goals, 5 to Hawthorn 3-1. And at three-quarter time, the Suns are up by 38 points, 106-68. Last quarter underway in this game. And final siren has gone, and the Gold Coast Suns have won by 13 points. Hawthorn, they kicked 5 goals, 4 in the last quarter. The Gold Coast won 3. So just couldn't get the job done. Hawthorn final score 15-12, 102 to Gold Coast, 16-19, 115. All right, next game, Port Adelaide versus Western Bulldogs at Adelaide Oval. So 2 games at Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide are 12th. Western Bulldogs are 13th. And we've got the Bulldogs kicking 6 goals, 642 to Port Adelaide for 529 in that first quarter. 13 points down Port Adelaide. Second quarter underway. Half-time siren has gone, and Western Bulldogs have kicked 2 goals, 4 to Port Adelaide 3-3. Half-time, Bulldogs are leading by 8 points. Second half underway in this game. Third quarter siren has gone, and Port Adelaide have kicked 4 goals, 2 to Western Bulldogs, 3 goals, 3. So the Bulldogs by 3 points, 79-76. Last quarter underway in this game. And the final siren has gone, and Port Adelaide have won by 13 points. They kicked 4 goals, 3 to 1-5 in that last quarter. Final scores, Port Adelaide 15-13, 103 to Western Bulldogs 12-18, 90. Next game, Fremantle versus North Melbourne. The first quarter has just completed. The Kangaroos have kicked 2 goals, 1 to Fremantle 1-5. So it's North Melbourne by 2 points at quarter time. Second quarter underway in this game. And Fremantle have kicked 5 goals, 5 in that second quarter to North Melbourne 1-3. And it is 24 points of difference to Fremantle, 46-22. Second half underway in this game. Third quarter completed, and Fremantle have kicked 2 goals, 5 after half time to North Melbourne 2 goals, 2, and it is 27 points the difference. Fremantle's way 63-36. Last quarter underway. Final siren has gone, and Fremantle have won by 34 points. They kicked 5 goals, 2 to North Melbourne, 4 goals, 1. So that keeps North Melbourne on the bottom of the ladder in this game. And Fremantle final scores 13-17, 95 to North Melbourne, 9-7, 61. All right, last game of the round, Carlton versus GWS Giants. The Giants need a win to have any chance of making the top 8. Let's go to the first quarter of this game. North Melbourne, they are done and dusted if Carlton win this last game of the round. First quarter completed. Carlton 1-6, GWS Giants 2-2. So it's 2 points the difference to the Giants. Second quarter underway in this game. And Carlton, they've kicked 1 goal, 4 to the Giants, 4-2 halftime. It is 18 points the difference to the Giants, 40-22. Second half underway in this game. Third quarter, very even. Carlton won it by 2 points. They kicked 4 goals, 3 to Giants, 4 goals, 1. Three-quarter time, it is 16 points the difference to the Giants, 65-49. Last quarter underway. And final siren has gone, and the Giants have won by 11 points at Marvel Stadium against Carlton. So final scores: Carlton 9-17-71 to the Giants, 12-10, 82. So that puts a glimmer of hope for the Giants to make the top 8. The newest biggest winning streak team is Melbourne by they've got 5 wins on the trot. Brisbane, the number 1 defense team, is in 4th. They've lost their top spot. They were a game clear last round, but they lost against the Geelong Cats down at GMHBA Stadium. It's very hard to win down there. St Kilda, number 1 offense team, they're in 3rd spot. Match of the round for round 16 is gonna be a thriller. It is first versus 3rd at Optus Stadium. So it's West Coast Eagles versus St Kilda at Optus Stadium. And that is going to be an absolute, probably a close one in that regards. All right, that concludes round 15, Monday, the 26th of January, 2026. We'll see you next time for round 16, Friday, the 30th of January, 2026.